Okay. All right. Good afternoon. My name's Sean Galloway. I'm here with Miss Pat Scott as part of the History Project Carroll County Remembers. Thanks for coming in and sharing your memories with us today.
Thank you.
So tell me, what part of Carroll County did you grow up in?
Taneytown.
Taneytown. Oh, okay. So you're
Homegrown.
no. So you're a native of Taneytown. For those who don't know, we are here at the Taneytown Senior Center today, and give me some memories. Where exactly did you grow up in Taneytown?
My family rented a house on 32 George Street, and then they bought a house at 18 York Street, and I own a house at 18 Middle Street.
Oh,
so
wow.
I didn't venture far.
You didn't go very far. What are some of the memories that you think about when you think about growing up in Taneytown? What was the era that you grew up in?
Well, I walked to school every day, and we walked to a two-story Catholic parochial school, and there was 4 grades in each floor. And I graduated with 3 in my class from the 8th grade, and then I went to St. Joseph's High School in Emmitsburg.
Oh, okay.
And then I went to nursing school at South Baltimore General Hospital in Baltimore.
And are you still a nurse today?
Well, I retired from Carroll County Hospital after 40 years last May.
Oh, okay.
May the 1st.
All right. So did you have any brothers and sisters growing up? What was your family like when you were growing up in Taneytown?
I have 3 sisters and a brother. And mostly everything we did was in Taneytown. We went to a movie that was on the square in Taneytown, and afterwards my family always took us to Bumgarner's Bakery, where they had a luncheon set up, and we had hamburgers and fries there on Saturday nights. We walked to church. You walked almost to every place in town. There was a grocery store, Doherty's, my family used to patronize, and the Taneytown High School was right up the street from us on George Street, and we lived there, and they would have lots of things that the public were invited to, and we would go to those. I remember going to see Happy Johnny at the Grand Old Opera House on East Baltimore Street across from the Country Kitchen. They had Halloween parties, and we used to dress up as a family and go in the Halloween parties. Just can't think of right now.
Oh, okay.
What all we did.
With your brothers and sisters, where did you fall? Were you the first, middle, last?
I was the second.
The second. Okay. So, what did you guys have any kind of chores or anything growing up? You didn't grow up on a farm.
No.
So how was it different from, what kind of chores did you have, say, as opposed to some others that grew up in Carroll County that lived on farms?
Well, my mother was a homemaker and stayed home. So all we had to do was make sure we picked our clothes up and made our beds in the morning. My grandfather lived with us, and he used to raise hogs, and he had a hog pen out back, and they made a chicken coop, and after the chickens, they didn't have them anymore, then we used that as a playhouse.
Go ahead.
So we made pies out of mud pies, and I tell my children now, and they say, "Ooh, crabs, you played with mud?" But that's how, we didn't have all the toys and everything we have now to play with.
Right.
In fact, we only had a radio to listen to.
So you did go on to have your own children?
Yes.
How many?
I have one daughter, and she works at Taneytown Elementary School, and my son-in-law is a manager of Middletown Valley Branch Bank.
Okay.
In Middletown. And I have a granddaughter that's 17 and a grandson that's 14.
Okay.
And they both go to Key.
Oh, okay. So they're all in the area as well.
They live in Keysville.
Okay, cool, excellent. So, what memories do you have? Just working at the hospital for 40 years, I'm sure you have a lot of things that happened, a lot of stories to share. Do you have anything memorable that sticks out in your mind right offhand?
Just that I miss all the girls I worked with and all my patients that I saw over the years. I do miss that. But all the paperwork and all that, I know I don't miss.
How long you been retired?
Since May 1st last year.
Oh, okay. So you're recently retired.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And I'm enjoying it.
Doing a lot of travel? Or just relaxing?
Some, but my husband's been pretty sick, so we have a lot of running to the doctors all to do.
What did your husband do for a living? Is he retired as well?
He was a construction worker.
Oh, okay. Where?
Here in town, he did, I call it Mr. Fix-It jobs. He painted roofs, he painted houses.
Uh-huh.
He makes furniture.
Uh-huh.
He repairs things.
Okay. And so what's he think about the streetscape and everything that's going on out in the community?
We hate to put up with all the hillabaloo of the streetscape, but we know that it's good for the town in the long run.
Uh-huh. All right. So that's another thing that brings me to, what do you think about, how does Taneytown in your eyes look today as opposed to when it was when you grew up? How different is it?
Because when I grew up, I worked at the drugstore that was on York Street while I was in high school, and I knew everybody. Mm-hmm. Now I hardly know anybody.
That's the same thing that the father said earlier. He's like, he can count on probably two hands how many people he knows around here now.
Yes.
So those are things that change. But what about looks? What about the looks of Taneytown? Has that changed much for you? The look of the town? It's about the same.
To me, it is.
Yeah, I know when you go down.
People are different, but
the town looks the same.
Mm-hmm. It's bigger, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Lots more people in it.
Okay. And what are some of the things that you tell your grandchildren, or the things you used to tell your grandchildren about Taneytown when you were growing up, or the area?
Just how we went to things right here in town mostly. Because we didn't have a lot of stuff that they have now. Mm-hmm. We didn't even have pizza when I grew up.
Really? No pizza?
No pizza.
Wow.
No television at first. Just the radio. And you did a lot of church activities. Mm-hmm. My mother was involved in a lot of the suppers at church. And she cooked lunches for the sisters down at the convent. So we did we cleaned the church in the summer. And they would give us a Coke.
Oh, okay.
We thought that was wonderful.
and so where do your grandchildren go when they want to go somewhere and do something?
Well, they have everything now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they both go to Key, so they go to the football games, and I think there's one tonight, homecoming game. Mm-hmm. And their homecoming dances is tomorrow, and they go to the movies. And they travel a good bit. They have a cabin. Mm-hmm. My daughter has it, and son-in-law has a cabin up at Berkeley Springs. So
okay.
they go up there.
All right.
But they have a lot more. Videos and computers and everything a lot more available for them.
Now, I can't remember if you mentioned it earlier, but where did you go to school?
Here in Taneytown, the 2-story grade school. Mm-hmm. We went 4 grades in the lower part, and the other 4 grades were in the upstairs.
Oh, okay. So what? I imagine you lived in town, so you didn't have to catch a bus or anything like that?
Caught a bus when we went to high school in Emmitsburg.
Oh, okay.
The church provided a bus.
The church provided a bus? Oh, that's pretty interesting.
Does.
Oh, the church still provides the bus?
To go to Mother Seton School.
Wow.
For elementary children.
Huh, that's pretty interesting. And it's just something that they've just done throughout the year? Throughout the years?
Yes.
I wonder how come the county hasn't sent a bus out?
I don't know. A lot of the kids that live out in the country come in on the county buses and then catch the bus.
And then catch the bus. Oh, okay.
That's how it was when I went.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. All right.
But now that high school in Emmitsburg is there no more.
Mm.
It's an apartment building now.
Really? Okay. So when you think about Taneytown and the way it's changed throughout the years, and people that really don't know much about the area but are interested in it, if you had some kind of message to give to people out there, what would that message be?
I don't know, except I like it here. I guess I don't know any different but Taneytown.
Okay. All right. Well, do you have anything else to add to the interview, or anything you'd like anybody to know?
No.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us today, and I appreciate you taking your time out.